Hello, my name is Megan Coy. Welcome to your mat. Today we will be doing a gentle chair yoga practice. So we'll begin in seated on your chair, planting your feet firmly on the ground. Sit nice and tall. And begin here with eyes closed, taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths in and out of the belly. So we're finding the pace of breath that we will be using for the rest of our practice today. And we'll begin with some neck stretches here. So reach your right hand down at the side of your chair. Take hold of your chair. Left hand comes up and over the top of your head, just above the ear. And then gently pull the left ear down towards the left shoulder. And breathe. Allow both shoulder blades to glide down the back away from your ears as you continue to sit nice and tall, breathing in and out through your belly. And be gentle here with this stretch. We don't want to pull hard with the hand on the head, just enough to get a little bit of tension there. And then as you breathe, imagine that breath going into the area that feels tight. Good, release that. And then bring your gaze down towards your shoulder. Move your hand towards the back of your head and then gently pull in that direction. So now we're shifting the stretch from the side of the neck a little bit more towards the back. Again, both shoulders slide down the back and breathe. Release. Good, we'll switch sides now. So left hand to the side of your chair, taking hold of the base. Right hand comes up and over, taking hold just above your ear. And gently draw that right ear towards the right shoulder. Find your breath here as you lower the shoulders down. See if you can find some softness in your face. Good. Release that and bring your gaze down towards your shoulder here. Move your hand slightly towards the back of your head. And again, just very gently using your hand to pull your chin closer to your shoulder. With the other hand gripping the base of the chair, you can pull down gently, creating a little more length there on that left side of the neck and the shoulder. Remember to breathe, nice and slow breaths. Good, release. We're going to move into cat and cow. Now I'm shifting my chair, you don't need to. Hands to the knees, nice and tall. As you inhale, draw the chest forward, shoulders back and down. And then exhale, cat pose, round through the back. Inhale, open up, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the upper back. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good, again. Inhale, draw shoulder blades together behind you. Exhale, draw shoulder heads together in front of you. Again, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Find a neutral spine. Moving into side bends here. So take that right hand at the base of your chair or maybe down the leg. Left hand up. And then slowly slide the right hand down the chair as you draw that left arm up and over. Now you can use a little pressure into the chair there to help accentuate the curve along the rib cage here. Both shoulder blades down and release. We'll switch sides now. Left hand to the side of the chair, reaching up and over with the right arm. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Good, release. Come back to center, moving into a twist now. So left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand sits just beside you. As you inhale, get really tall through the torso. And then on your exhale, find a gentle twist. Good, breathe here. Using that hand on your knee is just a very gentle leverage. We don't want to push or force the twist. Good, release back to center, and now we'll switch sides. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Get tall first, inhale, and then find your twist on your exhale. Breathe. Both sits bones should be resting firmly on the chair, very evenly, feet resting on the floor. Beautiful job. And release. And now I would like for you to get up and turn your chair around so that you are facing the back of the chair. We're going to straddle the chair, so knees come wide. And then bring your pelvis up as close as you can towards the back of the chair. Check in with your knees. Knees and toes should be pointing in the same direction. Now bring hands behind you, interlacing all 10 fingers if you can, pressing the palms into one another. Now lift that one fist you've created up and away from your tailbone. Good. Stay lifted through the chest and remember to breathe. So opening up through the chest here, through the front of the shoulder girdle. Great job. And go ahead and release. Go ahead and turn your chair back around here. And step out in front of your chair, maybe about 6 inches to a foot. And bring your hands to heart center. And then you're going to lower down all the way into your seat, all the way down, and then back up. Good. All the way down. Have a quick seat. And right back up. Press your hips forward when you come up. Good. Down and up. Keep chest lifted the whole time. So even as you're sitting, keep the chest lifted up. Good. You're halfway there. Come on up and down. Good. Transfer the weight. Rise up. Hips press forward and then lower back down. Good. Getting some blood flow circulation through the legs here. A little bit of warmth in the legs. There you go. Have a seat. And back up. Beautiful. You're done. So now we're going to move into Warrior Two on the chair. So you'll have a seat on the front edge of your chair. And scooch on over to the left side. Bring the right knee out so that it's parallel to the front edge of your chair. And then the left leg comes out to the opposite side. Yeah, so the right knee is bent. You can see there it's about 90 degrees and back leg is straight, pressing into the pinky toe side of that back foot. Reach your arms forward and back, so over each foot. And gazes over the right fingers. Good. Soften the shoulders down the back. Draw the navel in towards the spine as you work your tailbone down. So check in with that front knee. If it starts to go in towards the big toe, open it up a little bit more if you can towards the pinky toe side of that foot. And breathe. Good. Release. We'll move into the other side now, so shift your weight over to the opposite side of the chair. Left knee turns out so that the thigh is parallel to the edge of the chair. Back leg straight out. Now you want to check in with your feet. Front heel, so left heel lines up with the arch of the right foot. Tailbone under, reach forward and back, and breathe. Notice if you've cinched your shoulders up towards your ears, soften them back down. Good. Stay with your breath. Beautiful. Warrior Twos. Go ahead and release. Now we'll come into standing. So turn your chair so that you're facing the back of the chair. You'll place your right foot in front and left foot in back. Each foot will have its own lane here, so make sure they're more side by side rather than lined up front to back. Bend the front knee, You're going to square those hips so they're both pointing straight towards the chair. So that right hip might need to pull back a little bit. Back heel, press it down. So all 10 toes are pointing slightly forward. This is warrior one. You can keep your fingertips on your chair for stability, or if you choose, you can reach your arms up, biceps by the ears, shoulders stay down. Keep pressing into that back heel, pushing it down into the ground as you sit deeper in the front knee. Tailbone presses down. Good. And release. So moving into pyramid pose now, you're going to straighten both legs, maybe shortening the stance. Check in, make sure the hips are both pointing straight towards that chair. Back stays nice and long, and then begin to hinge forward. So I'm using the chair here to help me find depth here without sinking too low and without rounding my back. Pull the right hip back a little bit more. Back heel is down. Remember to breathe here. Nice. Go ahead and rise up. And then we'll switch sides. So left foot in front now, right foot back. Moving into warrior one first. So front knee is bent, back leg is straight, back heel presses down. So turn those toes, pointing out maybe about 45 degrees or a little more forward. Make sure both hip bones point towards the chair, straight ahead. So you want to pull that left hip back just a little bit. And sit your shoulders back over your hips. So you're staying really tall here. If you find yourself leaning forward, perhaps the chair is too far in front of you. See if you can bring it a little closer so that you can stay tall in the torso. Excellent job. Moving into our pyramid pose now. So I need to shorten my stance just about an inch or so. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Make sure those hips are pointing straight towards the chair. And then hinge at the hips here, keeping the chest lifted, spine is long and straight. So notice here that the shoulder blades squeeze together rather than rounding forward. So if you round forward, you sort of lose some of that stretch that you've got going on here. So you want to stay lifted in the chest. Both heels press down, both legs are straight. Yeah, I've got to adjust that left hip again because it likes to come forward. Good, remember to breathe. Good, now very slowly release, rising up. Yes. So now we're going to move into a cross-legged forward fold. So cross the right ankle over the left. Hips are pointing straight ahead. You want to be a little bit back from the chair, about 1 to 2 feet. And now press into the big toes as you hinge forward at the hips. Again, finding a long flat back, driving the tailbone back behind you. Beautiful. So both legs are straight here. Again, pushing into the big toe side of both feet. So we're working at getting into the area along the thighs, along the IT band, those outer thighs. So this is great for me. This feels really good using the chair, but feel free to release the chair and do a complete forward fold. You can bring your hands down even further and relax your neck. But if that creates any strain on your back, I'd like you to come back to the chair. Go ahead and release and switch sides. This time left ankle over right. Get yourself situated so hips point straight towards the chair. And then begin to hinge forward. Again, evenly pressing into the big toe side of both feet. Drive the tailbone up and back as you hinge forward, keeping the chest lifted, shoulder blades together behind you, shoulders down the ear, away from the ears. Good, remember to breathe. And release, slowly rise up. And go ahead and have a seat again on your chair. Moving into a figure 4 here. I'm going to start by crossing the right ankle over the left knee. I like to sit really towards the front edge of my chair. Flex the lifted toes in towards the shin. Good. Now we're not going to push down on the knee here. I just want you to sit really tall. Keep the torso straight and lifted. And then if you would like a little more intensity, feel free to lean forward, hinging at the hips, but keep the spine long, just like we've done in all the other postures here, chest staying lifted. Almost as if you want to bring the collarbones past the shin. And remember, neck is an extension of the spine here, so we want to keep it in its natural place. Go ahead and release. And we'll switch sides. So I'm turning my chair just so you can see a little bit better. Left ankle over right knee. Flex those left toes in towards the shin. Get really tall. Stay just like this, or if you'd like, you can hinge forward. If you are hinging forward, be sure that both sits bones rest evenly on the chair. Good. Remember to breathe. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Release. Come back to your seat. Close your eyes. Take a few final moments here to be with your breath, to be with your body. Notice any changes that may have occurred since you began this practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It's been my pleasure to guide you on your chair. Namaste.